the big one. Extremely dangerous. Keep out of reach of children.
It came. It finally came. The big one. My Skunk 2 intake manifold. I ordered this from Real Street. It did not take long to get here at all. I want to say it came from Florida. It's beautiful. Unlike the P73, which is very similar to, it did not fit where this fits perfectly. So just a test fit, and I will take a bunch of pictures that I will put probably at the end of the video for you to check out to see how it looks. But I'm very excited about this. One thing I did notice was that there's a little bit of difference between the openings in the cylinder head and here in the manifold. So I think that we're just going to massage those open just a little bit more so that they will be perfectly matched. Also today we have some new red label beauties from Japan, and we're going to see how those line up. So let's get started. If you give me 5 on my black hand side. All right, so welcome back, Modified 95 family. We are at the home base. You know, home is where the Honda banner is, and I'm excited because, as you saw, my Skunk 2 intake manifold is here. Also, fresh, hot from Japan, I got 2 oil cooler hoses, but just by looking at them, I can already see there's a problem. So let me show you what's going on with that. So now that we are down to some of the final stages, just taking care of a few small things, I wanted to replace these oil cooler hoses. I already replaced this one, nice and beautiful and new. They were not actually too terrible. They're still nice and flexible, but I figured why be between a firewall and a hard place, because the head sits right above here with the intake manifold all beautiful and new on top of it, and it's really hard to get to these hoses, so might as well just replace them now. So the problem I ran into is I got the right part numbers, as I expected, from Honda in Japan, 19423 PR3. Now, this is not the PR3, this is the P72. So I think that is the issue, and I found on a UK Honda parts dealer that there is one of these that is a P72, and it looks like it has more of a bend like this, but that has been discontinued. So because that hose was discontinued, I was just double checking real quick. That's why I cut away. I'm going to go to my local auto parts store and see if the part numbers I found that were similar will have the right internal diameter and bend. Because I could make this work, but it just really kinks it to go on the 2 ports that it should come out of. And I'm sure with enough lube, I could force it onto here, but then it would create a different problem for me to solve. So let's just do it the factory way and hope that we can still get these hoses. All right, we're back again. This is a different day. We're back at the home base. My housemate ended up picking it up for me. So this is like a Gates brand. This is it, 18400, and that's the same in a few other brands. At the end, I'll throw up a screenshot I found that had some other brand. So let's compare this. It has the same internal diameter as the other one. It looks a little thinner overall, but I know Gates is a good brand because that's also the type of timing belt I'm going to put on here. They're a little bit different in shape, but because it's pre-bent, it's pretty much the same. And so comparing it, it's got to go from here to here. So what I'm thinking is if I put it on here, then I just cut off a real little bit, about maybe like that much on this one. It should slide onto here without kinking, and that should solve this problem. And so I'm excited about that. So I'm going to throw that on. I probably won't show it, but I'm 99% it's going to work because this is the only option that matches the actual part number, the P72 version of this, not the PR3 version, which is this. So if anybody else runs into this problem, I hope this is helpful. You don't need to take this thing off because I mean, hopefully it does something. I know it's probably not a lot, but I'd rather run it if it was meant to be on there so this could perform at the level that I'm hoping it will. All right, family, thank you for taking the time to come with me. That was all I had for today. I had made a much longer video where I was measuring different holes on things like throttle bodies, and I thought, although it was interesting, it had nothing to do with what this video was about, and made it almost 20 minutes long. And I'm like, that's not the way we're doing things. getting ready for the new year. So I kept it nice and short, and so I said, like, I appreciate you guys coming along with me. The project is almost ready to be reassembled, and I don't know if you were able to see back behind that block, my housemate found the bolts, and we were able to put up the B16 project on the engine stand behind. So that's also going to be running concurrently. Like, as I learned how to this GSR goes back together, I'm also going to learn how this B16 goes together. So then by the time this is done, we will have 2 working and functional motors. All right, family, until next time, peace.